Hey, so so it said on the thing Ava, but you go by Al, or what's your
Yeah, my stage name is Alval.
Al Val?
I go by
Ooh, I
Ava
like that.
on a personal level, but I haven't changed
What do you
over
want
to
us to call you?
call me Val.
Val?
How convincing was that? Call me Val. Yes, we're doing it.
Val.
Call me
Okay,
Val.
Val it is. Well, hi, Val. I'm Mika. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Denny, or as people here call me, Daniel.
Yeah.
Do they
I
really?
am
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
trash or a mistake, as people call me.
I'm not calling you Daniel nor trash or a mistake. I will turn off this fucking camera right away before I have to do that shit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Very nice of you.
No, I was walking around Central Park, and met these two girls, and they asked for my phone number, so I gave it to them, and I look over at one of them, and she's typing it in, and she put it in Daniel, and I was like, son of a bitch. It's like,
Really?
I was like, even as she had just gotten done talking about how open-minded New York is.
That's
Wow.
perfect.
Are you sure it wasn't a mistake?
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's hard to
Like an
spell. Like,
autocorrect?
I mean, if she's gonna add the LE at the end later, then she's like,
Maybe
this is
it's-
as much as I want to type.
Maybe it's what not to call you. Like, have you seen that episode of The Office where he has those color coded, like that Rolodex where he's like, green means go ahead and don't say that shit.
Yeah, orange is like orange. You glad you didn't mention it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Most colors mean don't say it.
Here we go.
Woo! Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Girl Dad Girls. I'm your host, that QT Danny B. This is On the Ground now. With me we have Brie Saint Marie, and we have Michaelaville down there over up. There she is. Look, wow,
I got my own sign too.
So fancy. And with us today, we are joined by the special guest, Alval Ava.
Hey.
Welcome to the show. Yay.
Oh, hi.
Can I see you rock out one more time? Let's do this.
Gotta get. If I had sticks, I would twirl them right here.
Oh, I got some. Oh, I got you, boo.
Nice.
There we go.
There it is. You need to do that every intro. Why aren't you doing that every intro?
We should all join an air rock band.
Okay,
Yes.
done. I'll play the air kazoo.
Yeah. Well, hi, welcome to the show. So tell us about yourself and all of our 3 viewers.
Hi, 3 viewers. My name is Alval. I'm a comedian from Canada.
Ooh.
I am, due to that intro, I'm sitting in a puddle of my own sweat. And
Nice.
good thing I preemptively took my pants off, like Mika.
All right.
Yay.
Twinsies.
No pants party.
Yeah, so it's I'm up here in Canada, just apologizing, just thanking, minding my P's and Q's, riding my elk down to the grocery store to buy a bag of milk.
Just making sure no one, you don't offend anyone up there.
Yeah. I walk all about the house with my pet mouse.
So
and,
where on the
Wait,
assembly
hang on.
line?
Is that offensive to Canadians when Americans make fun of your accents?
not at all.
No?
I mean, Canadians, I feel like I can speak on behalf of my entire nation when I say we love to take the piss out of ourselves. And I mean, if I'm speaking out of turn on behalf of all Canadians, then
Do
they
that in
can
the
go
bathroom.
fuck themselves, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Okay, how do you feel about the way the Canadians are portrayed on South Park.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, guy.
Oh my God.
buddy.
That whole sequence is so funny. I think I have a theory that I feel like anybody who is offended by that particular part of South Park, like the making fun of Canadians, is probably not a fan of South Park to begin with. Like if you're a fan of South Park and you're from Canada, you are going to love their portrayal of Canadians. It's just so silly. It's so funny.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's so just over the top, but
I think no one's safe from South Park. They make fun of everybody and everything.
Exactly.
That's why they can get away with it, because no one is safe.
Yeah.
I mean, how awesome would it be if, as soon as I opened my mouth, every time I spoke, my lower jaw just like came unhinged.
Your face is like split in half.
Yeah, my top half is flapping around like this.
Want to see me flap my mouth?
I do have to ask, what part of the assembly line of maple syrup do you work in? Like, are you like the capping or the filling?
No. You tap the trees, right?
Yeah, I milk the trees. I find the phallic portion of it, and I go to town. It's like siphoning gas. I use my lips first.
There's some satisfied trees up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What part of Canada are you in?
Toronto. Or I should pronounce it properly, Toronto. That's how a local
Toronto.
We dropped the second
Tyrannosaurus
T.
Rex.
Are you a hockey fan?
Duh.
Yeah, by default. By default. Because I live in Toronto, you have to be a Maple Leafs fan. And so I am just by default. Like if they make a playoff run, then I love hockey, yes. I'm a bandwagon jumper.
So it's Toronto Maple Leafs, but don't they play with like the Anaheim Mighty Ducks? Like how does that are they not the same league?
Yeah.
I mean, they have Canada teams in the NHL.
US State.
Oh, yeah.
I never realized that just right now. I thought they were just called the Canadians.
No,
I wasn't offended before, but I am now.
Sorry.
And Winnipeg Jets, right?
Yeah, Jets, Calgary Flames, what is it? Vancouver Canucks, Ottawa
yeah.
Senators, Montreal Canadiens. We got a bunch of teams.
Montreal's very original.
Yeah. We love our patriotic names up here. I mean, how intimidating is a maple leaf, you know?
What are we supposed to call it?
You know, honestly, that's what's so interesting about like all these, you know, with the NFL, like all the teams have to be these like, you know, really, like we're the Titans or we're the Patriots and the Eagles and all this stuff. And then like you got like baseball where like we're Sox. It's like,
yeah.
Like, okay. And then, you know, hockey's like, I mean, Pittsburgh is like, we're going to be Penguins. But, I guess you get the Ducks too. But, do you actually watch hockey? Or is that just like the stereotypical?
Come playoff time, I'll watch. If the Leafs are in the playoffs, I will watch playoff hockey.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen to me, what a bandwagon jumper. I give no shits. Listen, this is my theory on bandwagons. Is if you're cheering for a team while it sucks, that's on you. You're an idiot. You're wasting your time. Jump back on when they're good. Yeah, and then you won't be wasting your time anymore.
You're describing Dallas Cowboy fans. Like,
yeah.
They'll just hold on until the bitter fucking end.
There was this this show called Hatfields and McCoys. It was like a 3-part miniseries. Kevin Costner's in it. He's awesome. But one of the guys says, betting on others is how you lose. And I'm like, you know what? That actually applies to like all sports. If you go through and the people who say whenever you talk about a team and they go, oh, we're gonna beat you this time. It's like, are you on the team? Like you're gonna beat us? You're gonna beat us? I'm not on the team. But like that sort of like mentality.
Did she forget what she was gonna say, or did she freeze?
Oh,
there she is.
It froze.
Okay, that wasn't just me, right?
No, it froze.
Okay.
No,
froze.
Damn it! I don't know how much you
I
got.
thought you were
But anyway,
faking it.
don't worry about it. It was a stupid saying. But I've learned. I learned when I was in Austin. Like I almost got into a fight with a guy over a football game, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm taking this a little too seriously. Somebody else's performance. So, stop betting on other people. And if I can't,
game?
Well, like because everybody thinks it's like, oh, if I cheer loud enough, they're gonna do well. It's like no, don't put your performance on or their performance on has nothing to do with how good you are as a fan. So,
I mean, I would never get in a fight over a game, but I feel like that's why they call it home field advantage. If the crowd is loud enough, I get that.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Like in elementary school once. And
Did you win?
While I was getting punched in the face, I remember exclaiming, "This is not for me." And I haven't been in a fight since.
Nice.
I don't rather care for this.
Yeah,
I like to ask people
That's
that
awesome.
if they've ever been in a fight, and then I always follow it up with, "Did you win?" I've never met someone who admitted to losing a fist fight.
Hey, I'm honest. I'm nothing if not honest, you know?
That's awesome.
Oh,
Respect.
My
Respect.
only
to you.
one I've been in, I got totally KO'd. Just laid
Really?
out. Yeah.
So embarrassing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I beat a guy up once, but it was he deserved it though. So
Wait, did you say you beat a guy off once?
I beat a guy up once.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Sorry,
I've
my
beaten
bad.
many men off, but I beat one up.
The difference
once.
between this and this.
Yeah.
He got knuckles. The other one's got palm. So stupid. No, yeah, it was. But I always say I don't start fights, but I finish them.
I bet you start some fights.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, I actually almost got. Well, I was going to beat up a guy the other day because he yelled something at me, but I had my AirPods in, and I just assumed that it was his girlfriend checking me out and rethinking her sexual orientation and everything. So he's probably mad about that, but that's okay. Poor guy.
My theory is, and feel free to challenge this, but I feel like, especially if your earpods are in, or if you shove your iPod into your head, if someone like yells something shitty at you and you completely ignore it, then it renders the whole thing impotent. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
then they look like a fucking loser just yelling shit at people. Because if you're in a crowded whatever intersection, then everyone's looking over at this moron. Nobody's looking at you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Look
It's
around
just,
on them. Make them the stupid.
I find that the biggest wins are just when you ignore these people, because all they're looking for is attention. And if you deprive them that, then...
Oh, I totally did. Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, I've been using this saying for a while. Don't feed the trolls.
Yeah.
If you don't react, they usually don't keep coming back.
Exactly. They get bored. They find someone else who fights back. It's, just...
I, on the other hand, love to challenge trolls, and I always have comebacks. And it's actually one of my most popular segments that I do on my Instagram. People love it for some reason.
Yeah.
Which one? Rating dicks?
That was one of them, but the other ones are comment response.
I mean, I write stand-up bits, basically. Like, I have a bit about the bones thing whenever people talk about the bones bullshit. I have a bit about periods when people are like, you'll never have a period. Groomers, all of this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what a neat little segue. All of this stuff will appear on my special coming out, I believe, in April. The post-production process is very slow, but my special is called So Brave. It's coming out in April. You'll be able to see all this material. It's great.
Nice.
Wow.
Sorry to just slam that in.
Wait, what's the bones thing you were talking about?
If they dig up your bones in the future, they're going to be like, this was a dude.
Yeah.
If I'm already dead, why would I care?
Exactly.
That's exactly the premise of the bit.
Yeah, wait, that's someone's argument over like
Uh-huh.
what?
When somebody digs you up 1,000 years from now, they're going to say these are male bones.
I mean,
Right.
they're not going to dig me up because I'm not going to be found.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
never
be
going to die.
toasted
This got
and
dark.
shot out of a cannon. So
I'm
good
going
luck
to
finding me.
disappear into. I'm going to live forever. I think we're going to have the equilibrium or the singularity is going to happen, and we're all going to live forever
Oh, yeah.
in robots.
That sounds torturous.
Yeah.
Putting up with my own bullshit for eternity? No, thank you.
No, honestly, that's kind of what, like, when you start thinking about it, it's like, wow, that's kind of what, like, heaven would be. That's why when people are like, you're going to hell, it's like, cool. That's where all the fun people are going to be anyway.
Mhm.
Because if half the things I do are sending me to
that's true.
hell, then I don't want to go to a place where people just don't do that stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
we like to drink light tea
See you there.
and talk about the weather. It's like,
How do you commute to work?
So since for those who are listening, we are going to jump into a special section of the Mika Minute really early because Mika has to go jerk off or something. I can't remember.
Twice.
No, Mika's got.
I actually, we are recording this episode on a Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I have dinner with my kids because I live in full custody. I get them every other weekend, and dinners every Tuesday. So I am going to have to leave a little bit early, so we're going to hop right into the Mika Minute. Welcome back to the Mika Minute, ladies and gentlemen. Val,
Yay!
on this podcast, we like to talk about being trans a lot. And like I always say, I think that gets pretty boring pretty fast. So I like to change it up and just ask some random, dumb questions just to kind of get you to open up and kind of get to know your personality a little bit. You ready?
Can I turn all the answers around it into trans-related material? How much would that bother you?
Do it.
Okay, all right.
Railroad this shit.
Okay.
Okay. First question. If aliens crash landed on Earth and you were the one to make first contact, what would your response be when the alien asks you, tell me about this planet?
I would say, oh, hey, what's up? Check it out. There's like, I know you just came from space where there's just like a whole bunch of nothing, but then I would hold up a rock and I would like knock on it and be like, that's for you. It's solid. Look at the solid materials all around. And then I would point at a boy and I would go, that can sometimes turn into that. And I would point to a woman, psych, I made it a trans thing. Boom!
How dare you?
Could you
That's
convince
against
them?
the rules.
Could you convince them that trash is the gold and have them just take all of our trash and just be like, let's just take it all?
Great idea.
That's brilliant. I changed my answer. I would point to a girl and then I'd point to a boy and go, sometimes that can turn into that. Boom! I made it about trans shit again.
Son of a bitch.
Sometimes it can be kind of in the middle. So
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the trash answer though. I'll go with that one.
Yeah, that's smart answer.
That's a good one.
Okay, this one I haven't done you before, but I'm going to ask you 10 super fast questions, and at the top of your head, just blurt out your answer, okay?
Okay.
These are all going to be favorites. You ready?
Okay.
Favorite color?
A purple.
Pizza topping?
Mushrooms.
Animal? Ew.
Otters.
Video game?
Smash Brothers.
Oh, nice. Breakfast food?
Egg burrito.
Soda? Or pop?
Pop. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Oh, okay.
Seriously. Sex position? Give me the good old fashioned doggy style, baby.
Nice. Ice cream?
Ice cream. Either Reese's vanilla or Oreo.
Cartoon character?
The fucking Millhouse.
From The Simpsons?
What?
Nice.
Yes.
Sex position. Oh, I already asked that one. Never mind. Okay, only 9 questions. Sorry.
Second favorite sex position.
Doggy style with Millhouse.
Oh, wow. I'm pretty good in that series, but okay.
At least you didn't say Ralphie.
Yeah. I have standards, okay?
It was pretty good. You did those pretty good.
Thanks.
Okay.
Those rapid fire things stress me out, so it manifests itself in my body. I just got to be like,
I love it. Like I love the
I'm glad you actually played along and tried to answer as fast as you could. That was really fun.
oh, thanks.
Okay. Final question. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If, let's say, tomorrow you fall into a radioactive swimming pool, which leads you to slip into a coma for 3 months, only to awaken with superpowers. The powers include the power to fly, the power to go invisible, and the power to move things with your mind. In another 3 months after all the recovery time and physical therapy, you start to use your superpowers for good and become a real life superhero. You save lives, stop bad guys, and even volunteer at the local food shelter.
Is this a Danny
You
question?
eventually meet and marry the love of your life, adopt a dog, and buy a brand new Tesla truck.
Ooh.
Eventually, you get your own library named after you and even run for president.
Am I allowed to do that?
What did you name your dog that you adopted?
Oh, I named my dog Booger.
Booger. I love it. And that has been the Mika Minute.
I was invested in that story.
Yeah.
Where's the brave little toaster come in?
Mika's trying to take on Danny questions. Like, just, yeah. Well done, Mika. That was awesome.
What an adventure.
Yeah.
So I have a question too.
The most unrealistic part of that was the part where I worked at a food bank.
Interesting. Are you seeing anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck my.
Just kidding. Am I seeing anybody?
Yeah. Are you seeing anybody?
I'm seeing the three of you cutie pies on my screen right now.
Ooh, play the music. Play the music. The guest is hitting on us for once.
Oh, you gotta get real. You gotta dance with it on the hi-hat. You gotta dance with that one.
But so when you're dating somebody, do you like it when they try to be funny as well, or do you like to kind of be the funny one and then have them kind of like just sort of like be the stoic?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh man, yeah, that is a good question. This is gonna sound really pathetic, but I haven't dated anyone since I've transitioned, so I'm in this new kind of like it all feels very brand new to me. So that question is likely to change. That answer is likely to change. But in general, I need them to have a good sense of humor. I don't think it would be a matter of competition. I think it would be like, as long as they can keep up with me. I don't care who's quippier or quicker. I don't. It would be nice if they make me laugh. But I will also say I've been doing comedy for 17 years. I am so desensitized at this point that there isn't a whole lot that surprises me anymore. You know what I mean?
Is it one of those things where like when it's like, I know it's like I was a music major for a while and playing music outside of class was just like a job. It was like, this is like school. Do you find that like being funny when you're not like doing a bit or doing stand-up like is sort of arduous? Like you're just like, I just want to not be funny for a while. Or do you find it's like you're always on?
Yeah, the more forced it has to be, the more it sucks, the more it hurts to do. It's especially when I'm meeting new people. Let's say I'm at like some kind of a house party or something like that, and you know, I don't like telling people that I'm a comedian at house parties when I meet new people.
Do they expect you to be funny?
They always do the thing where they go, "Oh, they get all defensive," and they're like, "Tell me a joke." And then my credibility, dance clown, dance monkey, and my entire credibility is put on the spot for this. Well, who the fuck are you then? Kind of person, you know?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm a construction. It's like, build something then, dick.
Exactly. Exactly. But this is the fucking shittiest part of that situation is if you point that out to them, and if you're like, hey, I've tried everything where I'm like, listen, conditions aren't, I'm a stand-up comedian. If you could build me a fucking stage, then whatever, I'll do it. But like, I can't just do a stand-up bit for you in the kitchen in plain sight of the fucking meatloaf. That's not how this shit works. And they're always disappointed, always. But I don't care about disappointing these people because if you're going to put me on the spot like that, you deserve to be bored out of your mind. It becomes my goal to make you hate me at this party as much as I hate you now. You know?
Well, it's like there's people at shows who yell like "Freebird" or like you know they like, it's like we're not going to play that, but and the fact that you just yelled it basically meant that there's no chance we're going to play any song that you like. So if we see you dancing, we're stopping.
Yeah,
so.
Totally.
I do not care.
A question about the comedy industry.
Sure.
So I'm not a comedian, but I love making people laugh.
Mika.
I don't know. When I make other people laugh, it makes me feel good.
No.
Do
You're
you
hilarious.
when you do stand up? Do you still get that feeling, or does it feel like kind of more of a job after a while?
There are. I mean, you don't do it if you don't love it. I'm convinced, because like it is an industry designed to beat you down and designed to like it's so challenging that if you didn't enjoy it, you would quit easily. So like making people laugh is still at the very core why I do it. I love it so much. And whenever I start to really hate the industry and hate doing it, it's just a matter of getting back in touch with why I do it in the first place. And then I have like 1 or 2 shows where I remember just how much fun it is. And it's a privilege. Really beautiful. Yeah, I get to do this for a living. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. How common is a heckler when you're doing a live show?
I usually actually invite a lot of yelling and crowd work, and I'm very improvisational. I like bring the audience in a lot of the time. I invite it. In fact, I do at the start of my special, So Brave, coming out in April. But see, now I'm off track. All right,
you only get 2. The third one, I'm going to bleep it out.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Wait, do I not? Oh yeah.
No,
okay,
I'm just kidding. Promote it as much as you want. It's awesome.
I believed it.
So, this is the thing. So this is what I've noticed is that since stand-up on social media has become such a crowd worky, like that's almost what people anticipate and expect stand-up to be now, is mostly crowd work, and so audiences do come expecting a lot more crowd work. And I've talked about this with my comedian friends who are like, yeah, people yell out a lot more than they used to, because they're just so used to seeing it on social media and thinking that is what stand-up as an art form generally includes. Yeah. But I've always been
a triple.
Yeah. I like to make people think every once in a while, you know? I don't need laughs as much as a thoughtful every once in a while. That's nice. I like it.
That's so. I love your voice. How long have you been? I assume you've worked on it. Yeah, there it is.
Did I read that wrong? Sorry.
No, I've recently been trying to work on mine a little bit just because I hate being called Daniel. But yeah, you have a really great
That's actually pretty good.
I have to call a bunch of people and be like, "Hi, yeah, this is Danielle. I'm trying to get my sign up for my natural gas," and they're like, "What's your social?" I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I have phone voice too. Let's all do our phone voices real quick before we get to your question. Everybody do a phone voice. Quick improv scene. You're calling about you're calling the government because you didn't do your taxes properly, and now they say you owe $35,000. Go.
$35,000? I'm not even worth that much. I'd have to sell my ass on the corner for like 17 years straight to get you that.
That's pretty good.
Wow,
Sassy.
No, fuck yourself. Thank you very much.
I've heard her do that voice at the grocery store. Wow. Like, she could snap it on and off like that.
Wow, that was cute.
But I don't give a fuck on here, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, how much money?
$35,000.
$35,000.
Let's up it to $75,000 for
$75,000. Is there any way we can make a special arrangement? I just can't afford that much, and I can't afford to fail this class. Wait, what was the scenario again? Sorry, that sucks with the teacher. Taxes. Mr. Taxman. Can we work something out?
I love the idea of the government worker on the phone being like, "Excuse me, ma'am, what the fuck is wrong with you?"
A lot, thank you.
Are you hitting on me?
Flattered that you noticed.
I don't have a phone voice. I never really changed my voice. This is kind of just how I talk on the daily.
Yeah.
What happens is
nice.
I'm like, "Hi, my name's Michaela. I'm calling about Michaela. Michaela." That was as soon as Michael. As soon as I start talking.
Well, but like your voice, you're like you've seen this videos when you first started doing your TikToks, and your voice is. I mean, it's been like a gradual change.
Yeah, but I haven't put any work. I think back then I was just so shy in front of a camera, so I think I just more reserved and just came out raspier. But now I'm more comfortable talking, so I think it came up a little bit. I guess
Sounds good.
Yours just developed and you didn't know it.
Yeah,
It's really changed from "Welcome to Michaelaville."
Welcome to me. I'm just more happy now. I'm not so emo anymore.
But Ava, did you make like a concerted effort to change yours, or has it just sort of been like an acclimation?
The first 2 years I didn't do anything at all, basically.
Okay.
And then I started wallowing in despair, comparing myself to other trans women with beautiful voices.
Oof.
And finally I was like, I don't have a right to hate myself if I'm not trying. You know, I'm like, if I'm not trying, then then I have no excuses, kind of thing. So after that, it was just a simple matter of I don't do a lot of the exercises or anything like that. It's just it's a matter of just experimentation and time.
Yeah.
Holy shit, just practicing slowly and slowly and slowly.
Well,
I mean,
and that's what like everybody, all these people who get on us about like our voices. It's like you realize that's an extra filter we have to add to everything we're going to say. It's like not only do we have to make sure we're not saying something, terrible, like racist or hateful, but so that's a filter we have to add in. But now we have to also make it a little bit higher and a little bit more airy. And also you want us to say stuff really quickly. And it's like, I just can't think of what I'm saying when I'm doing that. But yeah, so
I noticed
You
that
look really good with that fan on you.
I was gonna say, can you like kind of like move your hair in slow motion?
Legend.
Here, I'll play you the music. You ready?
Yeah.
Nice.
is it hot when I talk like this?
Oh, keep it going.
Do you smoke 5 packs a day too?
Only 3.
Oh my god! Oh wait, so okay, so 2 years you didn't care about it. How long have you been transitioning?
3-year anniversary comes up April 8th.
Oh, badass! Oh wow!
So,
right around
yeah,
there.
anniversary.
Nice.
Almost
There you
at
go.
3. I'm almost 3 years
Wow.
old.
Yeah,
Grew up so
Bree
fast.
and I are like a month apart in the summer. So
How long?
June 17th. I'll be at 2 years.
Nice.
I'm
So-
July 1st, something like that.
Oh yeah, so we're not even a month.
Mhm.
But yeah, and like I just had like my consult. I got my consult for GRS, gender reassignment surgery, and guess when it is, y'all?
Tomorrow.
August
It's a
23rd,
vagina.
2026.
Damn,
wow,
that's a long time away.
Yeah,
That's for the
holy shit.
consult too.
Fuck.
Just the consult.
That's for a consult.
They gave me. They said she said, "Hey, how's 8 a.m. on October 23rd, 2026?" And I was like, "It's open so far. I think it's open."
She's like, no, I have a prior pressing engagement. I have a
sorry.
fundraiser.
Yes.
That's
Wait,
a
wait,
long
it's the
time,
23rd?
though.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Can we move it to
Is this surgeon,
8:15,
like-
please?
Is that
Um,
surgeon like just super popular, or is it like that for everybody?
It's New York, and I assume they're also like kind of doing well. So the thing is, in New York, the insurance covers a bunch of this stuff. There's like New York insurance. Probably why I pay $300 a paycheck for to the city.
For that, they better be handing out vaginas and shit.
Fuck right. But yeah, so I'm not going to do it there. Obviously, I'm gonna make this appointment, and I'm gonna wait till October or August 18th, 2026, when they call and they're like, "Hey, we're ready for your appointment." I'm gonna go, fuck you. I already had it done like a year ago. Ding dong.
That's what you did with FFS too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Which
funny.
I'm having in almost less than a month.
Ooh, that's exciting.
That's exciting. Good for you.
Yeah.
Scared.
Where are you getting it done? Are you going to Mexico or whatever?
Belize.
In the Middle East?
No, Belize.
Oh.
That's
Hey, Ron,
a mix of
it's
bitch
great.
Belize.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right.
No, I'm getting it done here in the great state of North Carolina
Okay, cool.
Fun.
Lacky.
at Duke University.
Val, have you had any work done or going to get any work done?
I got my hairline filled in.
I remember that. That was a while ago.
Yeah. Ooh. Cue the ooh ah.
Ooh.
And then I don't have anything else scheduled. But luckily enough, in the province that I live in, you could have breast augmentation.
Oh yeah.
Covered by our provincial government if you qualify, if your tits have not grown at all.
Okay.
Which mine have not grown at all. I got just a couple little puffy marshmallow cones going on. So I'm gonna flash my doctor, and hopefully he'll give me the thumbs up, and then I'll get a nice sweet rack.
I can with confidence say you've got nothing. We're gonna pump you on.
Yeah. I always wonder, what's the testing process gonna look like when I come in? Is he just gonna be like, all right, take off your shirt, honk honk?
He goes, I'm gonna try to motorboat you now, and if I can't, then
yeah.
Okay,
Put on this
mid cheek.
You qualify.
You're getting boobs.
Put on this wet shirt and jump on a mini trampoline in the corner for me for a minute, please.
Flawless.
Do you want like big round honkers, or do you want just like more natural, smaller?
Oh, proportion is the goal. Proportion to my shoulders would be great, but big honkers look fun, but I don't want them to be distracting. That's all. I don't want to have to do that. My eyes are up here, kind of thing.
When we're younger, we all wake up with our hands in our underwear. When you're older and you get the breast aug, you always wake up with your hands on your boobies.
Oh, I want to experience that.
Yeah. Well, I was walking around Central Park on Sunday, and I met these two nice girls and was walking with them, and I was showing that I had my Run Club shirt on, and so I unzip, and they don't even notice the Run Club shirt. They just go, "You got big boobs." And I was like, "Thanks, the doctor did a great job." I was like, "That's New York for you." They're just fucking brutally honest. They're fun though. Like they do get kind of. It kind of hurts to run a little bit.
You know what I hear from a lot of people, and even my doctor told me this. They always say everyone's biggest regret is not going bigger.
Really?
When they want a more like natural small breast, they always feel like they want bigger, he said. And I have a lot of friends like that too. I actually wanted a D my first round. It was barely a C. But when I got my breast augmentation, not breast augmentation, my BBL, I had some fat transfer into my boobs. So now I'm a D. They're right where I wanted them. But yeah, I've wanted them bigger since I first got them.
Okay.
Make it always after that D.
Yeah.
I was after that D, baby.
I wanted the D, I got a C. Which is the same thing.
Okay, so when I think about what it might feel like to like have a breast enhancement and have that new feeling of like, new space, new weight up here, I feel like having a BBL must be way more of like an adjustment and a mental trip, because now you like squeeze into airplane seats harder? Now is it harder to like when you sit down at the theater, do you have to do a little wiggle down through the armrests or something?
I wish. That's what I wanted. I wanted a big old dunk. Yeah, but my doctor wanted to go.
Sit down, she just knocked the chair over.
It's so big, I gotta buy 2 airplane tickets.
Yeah.
My doctor didn't want to overstuff, so I don't have a big old dunk, but I do have a nice little bubble butt back there now, more than I used to.
Can confirm.
My farts are a little bit louder though, since I have more cheek for the air to pass through.
Oh yeah, they just slap out of there, right?
Exactly.
You'd think it'd act like a silencer, but nope, it's projected.
And I do have to spend a little more on toilet paper.
Wow.
Yeah, more surface to clean.
She has towels now. Size hand towels.
That's
But
why
when
you
I
got the
tuck,
bidet, right?
when I tuck, I could hold it in a lot better because the cheeks just kind of wrap itself around it like a
We
hot
got
dog
this.
bun. Exactly.
Not going anywhere.
Oh, crummy.
I can't. Fuck.
Oh. Yeah, this is how Girl Dad Girls goes. But that's kind of what I like about this podcast. Is we don't really take ourselves too seriously. I feel like a lot of people out there, especially lately, have been taking us really serious. Like they're like, oh, they're all really like self-righteous jerks. All these
Yeah, like the podcast, they're always taking themselves too seriously. Oh, and then you have who are always nothing but politics and trans related stuff. So boring. But the ones I hate the most hate them.
It's funny because I know exactly everything you said.
But us, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Can't even talk.
I feel like that's what the trans community needs, to be honest. Even though I have no idea who you're talking about, I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. Did I just draw like party lines? Am I included in the war now?
You're on board. You don't even have to parlay. You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We already established that I'm not a fighter, so I'll be the first person to like roll over onto my back, be like, "Don't hurt me."
Honestly, I think the Girl Dad Girls crew is probably the most like rough and tumble. Like I feel like everybody else would be like, we're more passive, but I feel like the three of us would be like, you know what? No, we're going fucking fisticuffs.
I showed you my belly. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but I don't think I would be, Danny. I think I'd be like the first to run.
Really? Oh,
I wouldn't run. I try to win them over with laughter.
Oh man! This whole time I thought you were some banger cholita.
I know. I'm just a whore.
Oh, okay. That's what banger means. I gotcha.
Okay. So Ava, bringing it back around, I do have a question about how would somebody at a bar buy you a drink and get your number? How does somebody begin that conversation, and what do they say that basically like makes you want them to have your number?
Oh man, there's a real trend in these questions that you're asking.
We call this segment "Blueprint into Your Pants."
Okay, well, it's working.
Route started.
Shit. What would they say to get my number?
To sit down with you, and then how would the conversation? How do you think a conversation would go that like is an ideal conversation? What do you want to talk about with somebody that like a romantic interest?
They would sit down with me and they would say, "Hey, did you hear about what happened to that guy?" And they would point to a random person in the bar, and then they would make up some crazy story. They would be like, "He bought a junkyard thinking that it would be full of treasure, but it's full of shit and garbage, and now he's broke because he spent all this money on a junk." And then I would be like, "Wow, fascinating. That reminds me of what happened to that guy over there." And then I would make up a story, and we would do this like National Geographic peacocky sexual dance of wits with each other, where we just kind of point at strangers in the bar and improvise a whole backstory on them until we run out of people, and then I give them a hand job under the table.
I would say that escalated very fast, but it was a long road there.
That sounds like a good plan. That sounds fun.
But so after the hand job, if he's like, "Can I get your number?" Would you do it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What a playful way of, I don't know, passing the time. I love it.
Or
what's your sexual preference? What are you into?
I am bisexual, but I am starting to sense more of a attraction to masculinity right now. That's what I'm kind of sliding towards.
You hear that, dude, bros? Good news.
Yeah. Want to see me hotwire this truck?
Ladies, I'm so sorry, but I do have to take off now. Oh, I forgot to play this. Bree texted me to play that sound when I had to go. So. But Val, it was an honor to talk to you. You're so sweet, so nice, and I was checking out some of your clips on your Instagram, and you're freaking hilarious. So,
thank you, my love.
Thank you for being you. Thank you for bringing laughs, and yeah, good luck with everything. Thank you so much for chatting with us, or me, since I'm leaving.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. All the best to you. You're a delight. You're a joy. You're a ray of sunshine to the world.
Bye, ladies. I'll talk to you later.
Mika.
Bye.
Cool. Now that she's gone, we can talk shit about her. God, Mika, fucking right, bitch. But so, I guess, how has your, getting into the serious stuff? Mika likes to do the jokes, but like, how has your transition been? What are what are the highlights? So what are some of the challenges you faced?
I'm out of here.
Oh man,
Bree hates this shit too.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
Oh, you know what it's really taught me is I preach this kind of thing a lot, is that the power of time. Like, everybody, when I first came out and when I was first experimenting, as I'm sure you might relate, like, you try and overcompensate far in the feminine direction in order to convince everybody and yourself that you're a woman.
Yeah.
And so, and obviously you don't know the ins and outs and subtleties of the superficialities of womanhood, like makeup and hair and fashion and all that shit. Not that any of that defines a woman, but you're new to this universe. And a lot of people don't give you that grace or that patience. A lot of people expect you to, like, turn into this Aphrodite overnight after your announcement that you're coming out. And what people don't realize is the level of work and just time and patience it takes to make progress. And not just in transition, but in life in general. Like, we are so impatient with each other, and we catch each other's humanity in these moments, these snippets, and we assess somebody's aptitude or their character all in an instant. But, like, we live a whole fucking lifetime. And so in that lifetime we grow, and things take fucking time. So we just have to be patient, and we just have to let these things run their course and trust that we're getting better and more experienced and smarter and faster and cooler.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I think that is kind of that I definitely experienced that when I was doing mine. It was like initially it was like all the clothes I got were like these hyper feminine, like sexy clothes. And then you realize, like, wow, like I had like 2 pairs of underwear that weren't thongs for the first like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's what girls wear, right? But yeah, and then you find out the lack of utility in that, so doesn't hold anything in.
Yeah, I think back to, oh man, it makes me cringe so hard. I think back to, like, shortly after I came out, like, going to a wing place with my dad in, like, it was like a mini dress or something like that, and high heels, and just like, I'm hanging out with my dad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to put on this whole fucking thing. But that was, at the same time, you need to, like, look back with forgiveness and be like, that's the best I knew at the time. That's what I thought would, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it definitely, like, I think that's one of the things I really like about looking back and doing, like, the timeline pictures is, like, what I thought was, like, my zenith, like I was like, wow, I look so good now. And then you look back and you're like, wow, I thought I was good then. And I'm sure, like, in a couple of years, it'll be like, wow, I thought it was far along now. But then I started talking, like, I sound like a girl instead of fucking Mickey Mouse. But yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things that whenever people are questioning whether or not they should come out, it's like, look, you only get better. Like, I have this theory that everybody who transitions either stays where they are or goes up in terms of attractiveness just because you're happier. Even if, like, like, people, I was always worried that I was going to be an ugly girl, and I was too tall and too ugly, and I was going to be weird and everything. And then it's like, nobody gets uglier. You only either stay the same or get more attractive because of like just your sheer happiness, and you like yourself so much more.
You are still weird though.
I am still fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's actually gotten worse.
Yeah, that went from like a 7 to a 12.
Started a fucking podcast. But
weird is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with weird. Weird is great.
Hey, why be normal, right?
Exactly.
Like, what did you have any of those kind of like concerns when you first decided to pursue who you were on the inside?
Yeah, of course, definitely. I feel like it's the universal trans experience to feel like you've started too late. And
yeah.
So that obviously was a huge insecurity of mine, was like, I'm so behind that my plateau couldn't possibly even be close to like a lot of the trans women on social media that I looked up to at the time,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I had no idea what to expect. I hoped for the best. And now that I'm kind of in the middle of it, I'm just happy to see any kind of progress.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they always that old saying of like the two best times to plant a tree are like 20 years ago and right now. And it's like,
yes.
Yeah. Well, because I went on hormones in 2017 for a month, and then told myself I was too old, too tall, too weak. And I was like, nobody's gonna love me. I need to stop doing this. So I got off, and it's like I look back, it's like, wow, if I hadn't gotten off, I'd be like so much further along now. But if I hadn't done it now, it'd be like in 10 years when, like, say my ex-wife wanted me to start doing it. It's like, well, then I'd be 10 years late. So, I always tell people, it's like, look, I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor and like say you definitely need to do it. You have gender dysphoria, but it's like, yeah, there's no better time to start pursuing these like
endeavors.
Start pursuing investigations.
Yeah.
So,
and I find that whenever I start to spiral into regret, whenever I start to overthink all the things that I regret in life, one of them being not transitioning sooner, it's so easy to regret the things you didn't do. But like at any given moment, now and previously in your entire life, you made decisions based on what you had, what you were afraid of. And so like I transitioned at exactly the time I should have, because I wasn't ready to until I was. And so I think it makes no sense to regret not doing it, because there was a reason you didn't. There was a reason you didn't pull the trigger until you finally did. And you aren't ready for something until you are. Yeah. Until you do.
There are two things that will cut you down so fast, and that is regret and comparison. And you can't do either.
Absolutely.
Well, and like the thing I always kind of bring back up is that like the first 37 years of my life as a white dude, I milked the shit out of that white male privilege, and like got to levels that like I wouldn't have gotten to had I transitioned. Like I got doors open for me that would not have gotten if I was a trans woman. And so getting to where I am now it's a lot thanks to David, what he did. So I just feel like I think a lot of people out there, they're like, oh, I wish I could, if I could be me, but like younger. It's like, yeah, but you wouldn't be you. Like you'd have all these experiences that you missed out on that may have shaped who you are. So
exactly, totally,
but, yeah. Anyways, sorry, that's
now these days. Hundo P.
Yeah,
Hundo P.
Hundo P. She's got me saying it too now, though. Damn it.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Do you have any? I guess as somebody who's almost been on for 3 years, do you have any advice for? I mean, besides like the patient stuff, but like any other like words of wisdom for our newer trans listeners?
Eggs.
Do you want more tangible, practical things like don't match purple with orange or some shit? I don't know.
Shit, I can do that.
I don't take my word for that one. I just pulled that out of my asshole. But
it's a good one though.
Oh, okay.
But no. Like, is there anything that like that you like? Any sort of like words of advice or anything else that you want to?
I'm a 3-year sage.
I think patience number one for sure. Everything that I've said about just be kind to yourself and be patient. Let things run their course and take their time is part of that would be self-kindness. Like, God, life is too fucking short to constantly be punishing yourself. So like, if sure, we all have flaws and we are allowed to bear our insecurities, but at a certain point you are responsible for treating yourself with a little bit more kindness, because you're all you've got. If you have to stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself in the eyes and put yourself and stand outside of yourself for a second and look at as if you're like talking to someone else. If you stare at yourself in the mirror long enough, then you'll be like, who is this person that I've been such an asshole to for so long? And what have they done to deserve it? They've done nothing to deserve the cruelty that I've given them for all this time. They are a human being who deserves love and compassion. So as an exercise, that is what I tell people is stare at yourself as long as you can bear it. It's not an exercise in vanity or narcissism, but like stare at yourself in the eyes and see somebody else for a second and wonder what it would be like having a conversation with that person as if you've been treating them the way you've been treating yourself the whole time.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's beautiful.
It was. Sorry, I got lost in that whole thing for just a minute.
I've done that a couple times by accident. I think one night I was really drunk and I was so fucking depressed and I was really in like this bender of self-loathing. And then finally it was just this sort of breakdown where I just stood there and stared at myself in the mirror and I'm like, why are you so mean to me? I'm doing my best. I deserve love. Why are you being so fucking mean to me? Yeah. And just staring into the eyes of somebody who like has been hurting that way and knowing that I was responsible for that pain and I was the one inflicting it really changed things for me. And I was like, I'm going to treat you a lot better than I have been.
I had the same thing happen last weekend, or was it 2 weekends ago? It was like an internal conversation that I had with myself, but I did MDMA for the first time. So that just opened up this whole new world of like letting all the floodgates open of all the shit that I've been holding in for decades. And it just all left me in a matter of 10 minutes. And
I love that.
It was amazing. It was
MDMA is actually not to condone that kind of thing, but
no. It's my own private, personal experience, everybody. I do not condone it, but you're having a rough time. Consider it.
This has been awesome. I love like how you can go from like the silliness to also like really introspective and that's, I mean, it speaks volumes to just how well you know yourself and I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really not bad to look at while listening.
Absolutely.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
baby.
Thank you.
Maybe she's born with it.
So I do like to ask. We like to go through towards the end and just kind of ask. Bree and I both have our favorite questions to ask. So my favorite question is, what is your transition theme song?
I feel like I have a few that are just do you two know the song Lila by Oasis?
Yeah,
Hey.
a long time ago.
Hey, Lila.
Yes.
Stars about to fall. The lyrics are just very ethereal and they describe this like magnificent woman. And that's why I changed Lila as my middle name. And it just really resonated with me. This description of this interstellar,
awesome.
this
love
nebulous.
Like Matthew McConaughey, Interstellar.
Yeah.
That's
Because
awesome.
it's necessary.
I figure most people have like a song that kind of like either inspired them or helped them get through a hard time, or just kind of like really like encapsulates their whole transition. So it's funny how many people have different, like completely different songs ranging the entire spectrum. So
yeah.
Me,
It's
'cause
just
this
a
dude
rockin'
looks like a lady.
Sorry?
Mika's dude looks like a lady.
What are yours? Now I want to know yours. That's such a fun question.
Mine is Blonde by Glades.
Cool.
It's basically just saying, fuck everything, dye it all blonde, you do you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mine is Super Bloom by Mr. Wives.
Okay.
Because it's like, I had never thought that I'd make it, but I came out the other side, and this is me super blooming. And I'm like,
cute.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, what a perfect time to freeze.
Pause.
Oh, we did the freeze? Sorry.
I really hope it actually pauses on this thing.
My internet is
perfect.
Terrible.
You're like this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It froze right when you were doing the most. Yeah.
Booted for that gigabit.
New York. I'm walking here.
It's a New York gigabit. More like a gigaflop. Okay, my question is a little less engaging, but I still like to ask it. This is going to be a lot like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, where you challenge somebody to be on this show. Somebody that you know. Who do you want to see us grill?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Could be a
the
fellow industry person.
Hey, can you score Adora Delano?
I've scored
hot
a lot.
Hot.
Yeah.
I scored you. I can probably do Adora.
I don't know who the fuck am I though, you know? I'm sure I've seen the guests you've had on. My social media following is abysmally low compared to everybody else that you've had on your show. I'm sure when you announce this week's guest is Al Val, you're going to get a whole bunch of messages that are like, who the fuck is that? Did you run out of people?
No. You're going very fast, lady. I love your shit and all your bits and everything else. And I think I invited you at 5,000 and you're over 10 now.
I think so. Yeah, we can skip. Yeah.
No, it doesn't fucking matter. I invited you for who you fucking are. So,
Holy crap, that's a lot of growth. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So, you know? Hey, it's just, you know.
That's awesome. Well,
you got an eye for talent, kid.
Hey. No, I think people are going to really enjoy this episode just because, like, it's just like the amount that we were laughing. I haven't laughed that much in an episode in a long freaking time. So,
I found that people enjoy it. Like, they stay engaged longer with the shows with lesser known people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
like Corinne Bennett. She was insanely popular.
And especially when Mika leaves partway through. Anyways, well, cool. Well, this has been awesome. And I guess in terms of like final thoughts, Al Val, Ava, as your friends call you, it's been amazing to get to know you and to hear your take on everything. It's cool to see how how you have the super silly side, but also just incredibly smart. So and well spoken, unlike me and my final thoughts. But yeah, it's cool to see how get to watch you grow and to be able to share you with our followers. I'm sure they're gonna love you. So thank you so much.
I'm so touched and honored. Thank you for having me. Was there another question that we skipped over? I just want to.
Oh no, we usually just do final thoughts and then So
okay,
I'll do my final thoughts.
Yeah,
there was a bit you put out a really long time ago, back when I was just a wee baby trans. I'm still a baby trans, but just popping out of the little seed husk. I'm gonna butcher it, but it went along the lines of, I bet you're sitting there wondering, what am I looking at on this stage that sounds like a prepubescent raccoon?
Oh. Did I say prepubescent raccoon?
Fucking hooked me. Yeah.
It actually turned into a cartoon raccoon on a surfboard. Actually. Because it used to be so much cartoonier. I mean,
I knew it involved a raccoon.
I do. Yeah. A raccoon on a surfboard.
Yes.
It's because in all the voice feminization training shit that I've seen, there's a lot of emphasis on inflection, like a feminine inflection.
Yeah.
And I find that I talk the way I talk, and my inflection is kind of what adds character, I think.
Yeah. No,
At
it
least
absolutely does.
That's how I'm justifying it to myself. It's very expressive. So I'm going to keep it the way it is,
Yeah.
I think
your stuff, your bits just land with me so hard. Like the Halloween joke is good too.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter what I am for Halloween, because I will always be an X-Man. And then the 90s X-Men music starts playing.
Yeah. That's a real thinker. I love it.
It's so good.
Done.
I let the moment hang when I say that, because I like the waves of people who get it. It's fucking awesome. It's a great opening
the
joke.
Scale of who's witty, who's not.
Yep.
I love it when you can be funny without having to be like super like gross and like those kind of jokes. Like, that's why I love dad jokes. So, but like your jokes are right at my alley. So, but yeah, well, awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on, and hope everybody out there who is listening had a good time listening. And if you're are we doing after hours? I can't remember if we are or not.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, if you are a subscriber to After Hours on our Patreon, we'll see you in there. If not, what the hell are you doing here? Get out. No, just kidding. Thank you for coming. Thanks everybody for listening, and we hope you all go check out Alval on Instagram, which is her Instagram is
Alval Comedy, and also may I also tag on? I have a podcast of my own called Podgis, Podgis. It's a solo stream of consciousness. It's exactly what we've also done here, where I do some serious stuff, some reflective stuff, and I'm also obnoxious and weird and crazy. And also, I'm a finalist. I'm a top 10 finalist in Canada's the Funniest Canadian competition. It's a competition that could win me potentially anywhere between $1,000 to $10,000. So if you Google search the keywords Funniest Canadian, $10,000.
Wait,
Edge. And
U.S. dollars or Canadian dollars?
Canadian dollars. So that's like 700 American bucks I could win.
That funny money. Okay.
Yeah. So vote for me every day there. And of course, my special, So Brave, it's for free. It'll be on YouTube. I just want people to see it. I'm very proud of it. It's going to be awesome.
So love it. Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on, and thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
This has been a production of Girl Dad Girls Podcast. Check out new episodes every Thursday. If you are interested in knowing more, please email info@girldadgirls.com or find us on Instagram @girldadgirls. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.